Today is day 21 of me losing 100 pounds until I reach 190 pounds, and today I am 1.7 pounds lighter than I was yesterday at 278.9 pounds. And that was pretty much expected considering that yesterday I gained 1.5 pounds. So realistically, in the last 2 days, I've dropped 0.2 pounds, but we're still trending downwards, and that's what matters. Now, as you can tell, right here outside, it's nighttime. It's the end of the day. Now, I wasn't going to put this out because, quite frank, I did not really do anything today. But for the sake of keeping this real and for the sake of making sure that, I'm keeping myself accountable, here's the video. Here I am. Now, aside from like this weight loss thing in my life, there's a lot of external things, obviously, work to do. I got family, I got relationships to keep up with, friends and all of that. So it is a lot to keep up with these videos. And it's not that I'm trying to do less of these videos. Actually, I'm trying to do more. It's more of a question of me looking for ways to not do a certain thing and looking for excuses. And the problem with that is that I find ways to justify me not doing a certain thing, which that certain thing is going to the gym, making sure that I am on my weight loss, making sure I'm on my best diet behavior. Once you give yourself a little bit of leniency, what seems to happen with me, and I'm not sure how that happens with you, but with me, it seems that I just kind of allow myself to slip further and further down. Now, we are still trending down. Don't get me wrong. We're still good. The diet is good, but it's important to make sure that we keep tabs on this. And it's okay to take more rest days than you expected. That's perfectly fine. And I know I'm random more about it, but it's more of a question of, not going into the emotional eating because you're so stressed out, burnt out, whatever that may be. Also, making sure that motivation does not slip away. Sometimes staying super disciplined kills your motivation. I don't know, maybe I want to grab a cup of coffee or something with a packet of sugar. Not that I've done that. I haven't done that. But at certain points, there's a question of what am I doing? How am I doing this? Why am I doing this? A lot of this stuff is a mental game. And part of the question of mental health is your mental health includes stress management. And when you live running a business lifestyle and doing a bunch of other things, there is 100% chance that you are enduring a bunch of stress. Now, when you start a weight loss, when you're doing a weight loss, you want to have some sort of support group and you want to make sure that your lifestyle is not super stressful because it will make it tougher on you to go and lose weight. And with that being the case, the more stressful things you have to deal with, and again, me going for a bike ride, it's therapeutic in a way, but it's also stressful when you know that, hey, this is on the menu today. Instead of just me going because I want to go do this, sometimes I have to force myself to put myself out there. Now, I haven't really done any of the forcing of myself for the duration of this journey mainly, and I think I need to change that after this week. The next couple of days, I'm going to recarb, so I'm going to fall out of ketosis. I'm going to go have a bowl of rice or something. I'm going to slowly recarb, go to normal diet, and then we're going to go back into ketosis right after that. Yeah, I mean, theoretically speaking, I do believe that what I'm doing here is building a couple of very good habits in general. Sometimes when I'm feeling down or I'm too stressed out with work or I just got so much stuff on my plate that I have to deal with, I might just take a bicycle and go outside and ride around because it feels like it's a good activity and I genuinely enjoy that activity. So I go outside and ride my bike, which is nice. Some days getting out of bed and doing things feels like moving mountains, and today was one of those days. Days like these remind me of the importance of the connection between your mind and your body, and it is important for weight loss to have that connection. When we talk about weight loss, we typically tend to focus specifically on the diet and exercise, overlooking the critical role of mental health. But the truth is that our emotional and psychological state tends to have a direct correlation with how we perform on the physical side of things in real life. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I have been struggling lately. There's a lot of stress, a lot of external factors, so there's definitely a lot of cortisol. I'm gonna pause so you can read exactly what cortisol is. So yeah, with a lot of cortisol, it doesn't necessarily help you lose weight. It also helps your body maintain extra unnecessary and unwanted fat. So we need to get rid of that. And that requires a lot of internal work and making sure I get to a spot of peace. Now, here's an interesting thing. Exercise, is great for losing weight and whatnot, but exercise also helps a lot with the mental state. So if you are feeling down, it might seem like you don't want to do it and you don't feel like doing it, but sometimes it is genuinely beneficial to go out there, put yourself out there, and go do a physical exercise. Is that what I did today? No, because I'm not a robot, I'm a human, and I don't necessarily always make the best decisions for myself. That's just the nature of being human.
Today is day 21, which means I've been in this for 3 weeks.
So that right there is an omelet. I think I've used like 6 eggs, so this is what I'm gonna have for breakfast. To be fair though, my breakfast is at 5:20 p.m. Today should be the final rest day. Now, in the journey for weight loss, remember this: mental health matters. It's important. And by nurturing our bodies and our minds with compassion and care, we can eventually get to the point where getting up in the morning and feeling like we need to move mountains, we know that we can move those mountains and get things done. With that being the case, I appreciate you watching. Sorry there's not much to show here, but I will try to get better by the end of this week. Part of the issues that we have, we did have a back catalog for a grand total of about 2 days. Everything kind of fell apart going from that point forward, and we've been trying to catch up and it's not really working. So, we're essentially editing in real time, and my schedule with my editors does not necessarily correlate the best because when I wake up, it's a little bit late for him as well. I'm going to take the blame for myself. I just tend to end up in a position where, I have to upload some sort of extra talking head footage like I'm doing right now. And this video is going to go up in a couple of hours from when I'm recording this because, well, we have nothing for this day. We have nothing that I've put in here. So these thoughts exist. I know what's going to happen in the next couple of days, obviously, but there will be a lot more stuff that's going to get unpacked as I'm going through this journey. I mean, just to be real with you, like, the commitment is crazy, and I'm also essentially home locked right now. I'm not traveling as much as I used to. That doesn't feel the best because I'm so used to just constantly being on the move. I mean, it feels like I've been home for like 2 months. I haven't been home for 2 months, you know that. I think at this point right now, I've been home for like 10 days, maybe less. I don't count like trips where I can be home within 2 hours. So that doesn't matter. But I've been home for a significant amount of time, and I'm not used to it. I'm constantly in this wheel. I'm always running. I'm just kind of like always on the move. So I don't have time, or rather, I'm not even going to bullshit. It's not that I don't have time to maintain my mental clarity and mental health and whatnot. I just don't prioritize it. I don't necessarily care. And at certain points, it gets tough, and you get to the point where you can no longer let that stuff slide and be in the back of your head. And now that I'm here home a lot of the time, I have to face this a lot more because, well, I have more time on my hands that I'm not doing something else. But yeah, I mean, it's been rough. I do feel like I'm going through this journey mostly on my own because having you guys though does help a lot, and having people that are positive or even negative in the comments, just in general, like, hey, like, I'm still there and I'm still seeing it. As long as we're talking about something related to the weight loss, I'm down with it. It's just, I don't know, being home by myself I don't necessarily like being home by myself. I'm a very social person. I enjoy being in social settings, and a lot of these things, like, nobody can relate. Like, hey, what's up? You want to go and, I don't know, swim with me for 2 hours in the pool, and while I talk to this camera and just do my thing, and you kind of be around me? Like, yeah, I wouldn't join somebody if they were to invite me in a similar fashion. But it's not like I don't hang out with friends. So I'm still struggling to find a balance. Sleep, still messed up. Friendships, relationships, all of that, everything is still messed up. Work-life balance, non-existent. Yeah, it is what it is. But I mean, generally though, I do have to say that I'm pretty happy that we are on a downtrend. Like, if I were to pull out my phone, I'm a data nerd, so I have stuff everywhere. Losing weight. See that? It's pretty solid. It's a very, very good graph. I'm very happy with it. Like, the lowest weight this year was 272.3, and I believe I'm gonna get there within the next week and a half. Maybe even faster, who knows? If we can get to 260s by the time it's 30 days, drop at least 21 pounds, I would be genuinely very satisfied. So let's focus on getting to 269 by day 30. With that being the case though, as you can tell, it is night. I'm going to sleep. Please subscribe, please follow, please like, please leave a comment. Just do better. Do 1% better tomorrow than you did today. Eventually, that will multiply.